Okay, right. I should have asked, what are you not doing? Because you're doing everything.
Sleep.
It's incredible.
I am not doing sleeping. That's what I don't do.
Well, hello, my darling. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You have literally just come off stage from presenting the Diversify Awards, and
Yeah.
you did a magnificent job.
Thank you.
Tell me what that awards means to you.
You know, I mean, if you would have told me like 10 years ago, like, oh, you're gonna be a successful drag performer and you're gonna come to Cannes to like give away awards to people that actually try to portray as many diversity on the screen, whether it's scripted or unscripted, I would have probably laughed at you, because we've come a long freaking way, guys. And now we are seeing so many different representations, so many stories, and it was truly an honor and kind of emotional to be the vessel to, you know, pay back their hard work with an award.
I saw you getting emotional on stage, and that touched me as well, because you're right. We don't often see this kind of content, and there's no other award ceremony globally that focuses on underrepresented communities as the Diversify Awards do. And was there a standout moment for you? I know that all of the different nominees were fantastic. Was there one in particular that resonated with you, perhaps?
I think the one that moved me the most is when we got to the category about children. Because to me, I think that, you know, growing up as a young queer kid, and any queer kid would tell you that the hardest life is when you're young, because you don't have the tools, the people in front of you are not really educated on how to protect you. Because they don't know how to protect you, they can sometimes bully you. And so you are at your most vulnerable stage in life, and if you can make it, you know, because sometimes some people decide to end it before even getting adult. So to see these kind of shows and programs and documentaries that can allow kids to be educated, to have example, to be entertained also, and to be able to normalize what they don't understand is definitely going to set them up for success, whether they are personally involved in what they're seeing or whether they are using what they're seeing as an example to defend whoever they are around in school. And I think that's what moved me, because we are in such a fucked up world right now, but to see what the newer generation is equipped with, it makes me feel very hopeful.
We talk about representation, and we talk about there being a lack of representation on screen for people from underrepresented communities. What can we do to change that in your mind?
Well, I think, you know, by compensating the effort with awards, or by making sure that there are structures and organisms that can either finance or make sure that every companies or every production company or every cast has as much representation as possible, it will allow people to feel like, okay, we are ready. This is not just us being a good person. We can actually get paid for it or get rewarded for it. And I think as soon as you start to bring that to the table, everybody wants to be it. I feel like growing up as a young artist wanted to make it. I've heard many and many times, oh, you know, the world is not ready. The streaming platform is not ready. The TV is not ready. And now I host a French franchise of Drag Race on the public network, and we are massively successful. It's a cultural phenomenon in France, and people did not believe that. I knew it, but people did not. And I think that we have to be the example of successful project that comes to life with representation and show that the audience is ready. Because sometimes it's the people behind the camera that are not bold enough to do it. The audience is ready, guys. Mm-hmm. They're ready for this on the public network every Saturday, feeling fabulous.
I love this. Well, I think drag on TV, tell me your thoughts here.
Yeah.
Like drag queen artists are normalizing this on a global level.
Yeah.
And I think that can only be a really positive thing to help the community.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The community for sure, because artists, and mostly in France, I'm lucky enough to be living in New York now, and I've experienced a highly successful career as a drag queen. But I come from a country where having a career as a drag queen was not even a thing. You had to have a second job to be able to pay your rent and everything. And this was more of like a poorly paid hobby. And I feel like now France has the education to not only normalize the artist and the art form as a real complicated and sophisticated art, but at the same time, it also helped them to humanize people that we used to see at night, at the club, at 2 a.m. It was really fun to be around these people from 2 to 5, but then you would go back to your real life and would think really poorly of them because you thought these are just freaks from the night. We are but we are also human beings with life struggles, life experience, and we have this tenacity to transform whatever we experience. Same with you and what makes you. You transform this into, and you pour it into your work and your art in order to share a message. And I think that that's the beauty of drag, is that people are not victims of their life. They are actually actor of it, and create every struggle that they had into a massive, beautiful, glamorous middle finger to society.
That's such a stunning way of putting it. I adore that so much. One thing I love about you is that you bring other people on your journey who are also from underrepresented communities into the fold. You embrace them, you give them a bit of spotlight as well to help their journey, to help their trajectory grow, grow, grow.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really endearing.
Thank you. Well, you know, I think as queer people, people always ask, well, why do you guys have to have Pride Month? And why do you have to be the LGBT community? Because a lot of us got kicked out of their family. A lot of us had to learn, whether we wanted it or not, the concept of chosen family. And so community means everything to us. We are stronger when we are together. We are stronger when we are understood, whether you are a person of color, whether you are a plus size person, whether you have Tourette's, we are all, in a way, queer. And I think that term that used to be an insult back in the 90s now represents so much more than homosexuals. It represents so many people. I remember when I go on tour, there was this guy who came to see me. I think this is the only time that I actually bowled in front of a fan. It's because he came to see me and he seemed a little shy, and the energy, I was trying to understand his energy, and he said, I came with my girlfriend to see the show, and I needed to talk to you. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah, what do you want to say? And he said, you know, I'm just so thankful to be able to see something like Drag Race France on TV, because I have autism, and even though I'm a straight male and I am in love with a woman, all of your stories and your struggles, I relate to it because I have autism. And that's when I realized we might be the LGBT community, but we are talking to so many other communities as well. And I'm so happy to know that this person feels part of my community. And that's why when I say queer community, to me, queer is like everybody who doesn't blend in the masses. And I'm so proud to be able to showcase that, because there is power in individuality.
I say amen to that. And now, before we both melt in the sunshine, I think we end the interview now. Nikki Doll, thank you so much, my darling. Mwah,
mwah, thank you so much for everything.
Absolute pleasure to spend time with you.
Likewise.
And good luck on the tour.
Thank you. Bye, guys.